meditation fact. Meditative joy. Joy overcomes worry because it produces confidence and optimism. Joy overcomes remorse because a joyful person regrets past harms and is eager to set things right. Hindrance. Doubt. Explanation. A biased, unconscious mental process focused on negative possible outcomes. The kind of uncertainty that makes us hesitant and keeps us from making the effort needed to validate something through our own experience. Self-doubt saps our will and undermines intention. Opposing meditation fact. Sustained attention. This is achieved through consistent effort. Success leads to trust, and doubt disappears. The 7 problems. The classical 5 hindrances give a general description of the psychological obstacles to meditation. Different combinations of these hindrances lead to specific challenges I call the 7 problems. You will face them all as you progress through the stages, and in each stage we provide the details about specific problems and how to overcome them. Use the list as an easy reference guide linking specific problems to their hindrances. This will help you quickly grasp what problem stems from what hindrance so you can apply the appropriate answer. 1. Procrastination and resistance to practice. The hindrances of laziness and doubt contribute to procrastination and resistance to practice. If we're not convinced meditating is worth the time and trouble, laziness manifests as resistance. This is where doubt enters in. You may begin to doubt your own abilities, the teacher, or the method. Any of these can strengthen procrastination and undermine your motivation and determination. 2. Distractions, forgetting, and mind wandering. The hindrances of worldly desire, aversion, agitation, and doubt can all manifest as distractions that cause forgetting, then mind wandering. Thoughts about the worldly darkness, wealth, pleasure, fame, and praise are far more engaging for a novice than the sensations of the breath. Even trivial desires, like wanting to check your email, are distracting enough to cause you to forget the breath. Aversion to bodily pain, noises, or other distractions can disturb your meditation, as can feelings of impatience, boredom, or dissatisfaction with your progress.
We need to get my father
The
off
emotional
this ship before it
charge
goes
of
down.
feelings like anger and resentment makes you want to mull them over, rehashing conflicts and planning responses. Worry and remorse likewise produce distracting thoughts about the past or future that take you away from the present. Thoughts related to doubt easily become distractions as well. 3. Impatience. Impatience is rooted in several of the same hindrances as distraction and mind wandering, aversion, worldly desire, and doubt. The difference is that impatience manifests as a disruptive emotion rather than as a distracting thought or memory. 4. Monkey mind. Agitation due to worry and remorse often causes monkey mind. It can also be caused by anger and aversion, the anticipation of fulfilling a strong desire, or even the restlessness that comes with impatience. In fact, monkey mind can stem from any of the hindrances except laziness and lethargy. 5. Self-doubt.
Admiral,
The hindrance of
Empire's
doubt
time has come.
is at the root of
you don't have to go
self-doubt,
down with it.
as discussed
This is a
before.
rescue attempt. I
6.
politely declined.
Dullness, drowsiness, and falling asleep.
Rex expects me to leave.
The hindrance of laziness and lethargy
where I
create
belong.
dullness and drowsiness,
I gave my life
but
to
it's
this
mostly
empire.
due to lethargy.
Fought to keep it
Lethargy is a decrease in mental energy that manifests as a comfortable, pleasant dullness of perception, or as heavy drowsiness. As mental activity dies down, mental energy falls, as do interest, awareness, and responsiveness. 7.
You saw the
Physical
Empire's
discomfort.
weakness.
Worldly
You
desire
refused to
and
consume
aversion
you.
are what make
It makes
physical
you
discomfort
stronger.
into a problem.
That's why you're leaving here
An
without
itch,
me.
for example,
better
is
than
simply
No,
stimulation
I
of the
don't,
skin,
but you do.
but it turns into suffering when
deserve to
aversion
live in peace.
and the desire for the itch to go
Survive.
away arise.
Live.
The 7 problems and their antidotes. Problem: procrastination and resistance to practicing. Antidote: frequently recall the benefits of practice. Constantly refresh and renew your motivation.
Gotta stay alive.
And just do it. See stage 1. Problem:
Droid,
distractions,
establish
forgetting, and mind wandering. Antidote: each part of the problem is addressed sequentially.
Do you copy?
In stage 2, work with mind wandering. In stage 3, work on overcoming forgetting. In stages 4 through 6, work on overcoming all distractions. Problem: impatience. Antidote:
I'm coming.
rather than identifying with impatience, learn to observe it objectively. Cultivate joy, peace, contentment, and equanimity. See stage 2. Problem: monkey mind. Antidote: an agitated, overly energized mind is in constant motion and can't stay focused on anything. The antidote is to get grounded in the body. See stage 2. Problem: self-doubt. Antidote: do everything you can to keep your motivation strong. Don't compare yourself to others. Make meditation a habit. Problem: dullness, drowsiness, and sleepiness. Antidote: decreased mental energy leads to dullness, then drowsiness, and sleep. Counter strong dullness by energizing the mind using techniques described in stages 3 and 4. In stage 5, work on overcoming subtle dullness. Problem: physical discomfort. Antidote: find the most comfortable position possible. Refer to stage 1. Use physical discomfort as part of the practice to develop the insight that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Refer to stages 3 and 4.
The droid tells me.
In conclusion,
Looks that way.
the 5 hindrances are more than just obstacles to meditation.
I'm glad.
They are the same obstacles that thwart a happy, productive
Now,
existence.
come on. You gotta see this.
By practicing meditation and overcoming them, we accomplish something of inestimable value, which has far-reaching benefits for every other part of our lives as well. When you achieve stage 10, these hindrances are completely overcome, absent from both meditation and daily life. And as long as you can regularly reach shamatha in your practice, or if you achieve sufficient insight, they will not return. Stage 2. Interrupted attention and overcoming mind wandering. 2. The goal for stage 2 is to shorten the periods of mind wandering and extend the periods of sustained attention to the meditation object. Willpower can't prevent the mind from forgetting the breath, nor can you force yourself to become aware that the mind is wandering. Instead, just hold the intention to appreciate the aha moment that recognizes mind wandering, while gently but firmly redirecting attention back to the breath. Then, attempt to engage with the breath as fully as possible without losing peripheral awareness. In time, the simple actions flowing from these 3 intentions will become mental habits. Periods of mind wandering will become shorter. Periods of attention to the breath will grow longer, and you'll have achieved your goal. Practice goals for Stage 2. Stage 1 was preparatory, teaching you how to establish a practice and getting you seated and attentive to the sensations of the breath at the tip of the nose. Stage 2 marks the beginning of the process of training the mind as you try to stay focused on the breath. It takes work to calm the mind, but you will work smart, not hard, using finesse, patience, and positive reinforcement. Keeping your attention on the breath may seem like a simple task, but you'll quickly discover how challenging it can be. Most novice meditators are surprised by how unruly the mind is. You may feel like you're trying to tame a wild animal, or even that meditation is making your mind more agitated. In reality, you're just becoming aware of what's always been going on in the mind.
You could have just asked.
Recognizing this is an important first step. There are 2 primary goals for Stage 2. shortening the periods of mind wandering, and sustaining attention on the breath for longer periods. You will address mind wandering with positive reinforcement, learning to truly appreciate the moment you wake up to the fact that attention strayed. You achieve longer intervals of sustained attention by learning to actively engage with the breath. The obstacles at this stage are forgetting, mind wandering, monkey mind, and impatience. Although we'll discuss forgetting at this stage, dealing with it as an obstacle won't be addressed until stage 3. When you start this stage, your meditations mostly consist of interrupted continuity of mind wandering. That is, most of your time is taken up by mind wandering, interrupted by brief periods of attention to breath. By the end of this stage, you'll experience the opposite. Most of your time will go to attending to the breath, and you'll only have brief periods of mind wandering or interrupted continuity of attention. You've mastered this stage when episodes of mind wandering are brief, while your attention to the breath lasts much longer. The problems of forgetting and mind wandering. The combined problems of forgetting and mind wandering will dominate your meditation sessions in stage 2. Forgetting means we forget the meditation object, as well as our intention to focus on the breath. Mind wandering is what happens after we've forgotten what we were doing. The mind will wander from thought to thought, often for a long time, before we wake up to what is happening. At the root of these problems are the various types of spontaneous movements of attention described in the overview. We place our attention on the breath, but the mind produces distractions. Alternating attention scans these distractions for something more interesting, important, exciting, intense, or novel. Interest and importance are judged according to the perceived ability to increase pleasure or decrease pain, cause happiness or unhappiness, or improve or threaten your physical well-being. When something captures attention, the breath is abandoned, and forgetting happens. When attention tires of one distraction, it moves to another, usually through chains of association. This kind of mind wandering is the main obstacle you'll work on at this stage. Why does attention move this way? It's a matter of evolution. Selection pressures have favored spontaneously moving attention more strongly than stable attention. Constantly moving attention keeps us on the lookout for whatever will help us to survive and reproduce. Even if you're a spiritual seeker, intent on discovering the ultimate meaning of life, if your attention didn't wander at times, your house might burn down around you. So, while forgetting and mind wandering might be obstacles in meditation, they're a normal and necessary part of everyday life, letting us use our limited conscious resources more efficiently. The mind of an adept meditator still moves spontaneously in daily life, allocating consciousness where it's needed, but not getting captured unnecessarily. Still, stable attention is useful for survival, so we all have that inherent capacity as well. In other words, evolution is not selected against stable attention, even though we're not as strongly predisposed to use it. When we meditate, we're training and strengthening this inborn but less used capacity. By cultivating stable attention, meditation calms the wandering mind and creates